I wonder what lies on the outer end of the walls. Is it peace? Is it a better life? Will I still be hurt? That's the questions we will try to be answering right now. You see, each of us have and are going through something which we call life. Some of us have better lives than others, but we have all been hurt, all been broken, and all been lonely at some point in our lives. You see, I was bullied at school and I began building up walls for myself. I didn't want people to see who I was. I began to hide who I really was. I would go out and perform magic for children's parties and use a different accent each time. Sometimes I'd be the Australian guy or I'd be the Spanish guy, but I wasn't comfortable in being myself. I hid myself from the world. When people would approach me after a show and asked whether I was from Australia or the UK or South America, I'd lie to them and say yes. It was shameful how I hid behind the walls I built for myself. I didn't allow anyone to come close to me because of how others had hurt me. Now 5 years ago I turned 21, and on my 21st I decided to go on a tour of South Africa, and on this tour I visited various schools and youth groups in Port Elizabeth, Johannesburg and Pretoria, and performed magic and did motivational talks. But it wasn't real. I wasn't real, and the learners at the school could feel that. In Pretoria, as I sat singing in an empty church I had access to, I wrote down all of my feelings, all the things I went through. I wrote down the stories of how the kids back at school would bully me, the names that they would call me, and the hurt I felt. I also wrote down how I needed to write the bullies those letters and forgive them. The next day, I went to 2 schools, and for the first time, I went there as myself. I spoke as Keenan Williams, and I told my story, and it touched the children dearly. Many of them came to me afterwards and said that they have too been going through similar circumstances. You see, we build up such walls around ourselves and around our hearts for various reasons, but if we don't allow love in, we will end up bitter people, angry at the world and angry at ourselves. Not angry at people who have hurt us, but angry at ourselves, angry because we didn't allow others to help us, for us to help them, and for our lives to be fulfilled. When I was hiding from the world, I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't know who I was, and at the time I was very eager to study and become a Roman Catholic priest. I wanted to be celibate. I wanted to remain single for the rest of my life. I felt a calling to that vocation, but I really needed to find out who I was. I needed to find out who I really was and what I really needed to do. And on this journey of exploring our beloved South Africa, I also had a chance to explore and discover my uncharted heart. I found myself, and I found my real voice, which was lost in the background. And upon my return, I decided against the priesthood, not because I lost my faith, but because I wanted to share my love with someone else. I wanted to share my life and all I had. I wanted a family of my own, a wife, children, 2 dogs, and all those nice things in life. Now last year, March, I married the love of my life. We are almost married for a year and 1 month, and we have 2 dogs which we have dreamed of. But most importantly, she allows me to love her and share my life with her. It's a bonus that she loves me in return and shares all she has with me. You see, that if we keep hiding behind walls which we build around our hearts, we will never find true happiness. We will never find true love. Now, whatever you might be going through, or you may have gone through in life, let go. Whatever hurt someone has caused you, forgive. And whatever love you may have lost, search for it, seek it. But whatever you do, don't give up. Don't allow bitterness, loneliness, and hurt to destroy your life.